the 29th. I think it's the 29th. We're having months. So months is going to be the 28th. Sorry, months is going to be the 28th. So that's a very important event. Again for Rotary, again for young people. So we really focus on our young people. So months, that's the Month United Nations. The persons would have been preparing themselves. We want to just thank our PRIP, Sheila, for assisting in that regard. Sheila, thank you so much. She is the chairperson or assisting chairperson or co-chairperson for MUM. They have been preparing our young people. So the young people are going to represent various countries in our world, and they're gonna really be debating. It'll be interesting to see the topics that they'll debate on. You have any ideas of what topics they'll be debating on? All that is a secret, issue. Classified, but I'm quite sure we are living in a very interesting time. Okay, artificial intelligence, AI, and I'm quite sure everyone in here, Lindsay now putting up ChatGPT to help him in his presentation. So you know that AI is a very integral part in our community, in our lives. I tell you, it ain't nobody on the planet who have the right an email, who have the right of speech, or any other thing doesn't seek the help of AI. I tell you, it's very fantastic. But again, it has its pros and it has its cons. And so that's what the debate will be all about. And so it'll be interesting to see a number of our young people who have really delved in this matter and have really researched this and have been properly coached in this regard, to see them go at it at months. And so again, months is going to be held on the 28th, Holy Trinity Activity Center, and that's in Stapleton. Stapleton, I think you need to Google that so you can find exactly how to get there. Because I can tell you, every time I try to get there, it's all, because how they change the highway and change the roads, it's a little difficult. You can't just go on the main road there by St. John's College and get straight there. So it takes a little twist and turn. So you can Google and find the location. But I'm quite sure Sheila will put the location in the chat once she gets there, so that all of us can be a part of it. And just by way of announcement as well, too, PEPs. Okay, not too much here. Introduction, but we just want to ensure that our president-elect Keno and Secretary-elect Samino, they're getting prepared for PEPs. And PEPs it's going to be, they're going to have a pre-PEPs here in Nassau. So you're going to be a part of the pre-PEPs. You're ready to register, everything like that. So he's ready to go. President Keno is ready to go, and that's going to make it happen. And then also, don't forget, we have to collect $25 for contributions. Each member go towards Rotary, our Rotary Foundation. We want to do that before the 31st of March. That is foundation, Rotary Foundation. It's a contribution to the Rotary Foundation. Yeah. So we're covered. We're straight with that, you're saying? That's what you're trying to say? In euros. Okay, it's part of that. Okay, so we're straight with that. Okay. And then I'd like to also bring your attention to the fact that not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, the 29th, is going to be busy. 29th, I think it's pre-PEPs training, and that pre-PEPs training is going to be held at Colleen Insurance. It's going to be held there in the JW building, the JVP building, on Colleen Insurance property there, and that's there on top of the hill, Collins Avenue. And that's going to be, I think breakfast is at 9 to 2 on the 29th of Saturday. And that's pre-PEPs, that's for all the presidents-elect and secretaries and treasurers. That's training. That's a training that's going to go on there. So you're gonna have breakfast, and then you go straight into pets, and the should wrap up by 2 o'clock. Okay. Also,
as a grand seminar, management seminar.
no, that's the pets.
I thought it was on April 12th.
Pets. Yeah, that's a pre-pets. You're gonna pre-pets.
Yeah, I know pets. That's not right, but I got it for April 12th.
Okay, and then finally, we have to keep in your hearing that the Saturday the 29th also, that's the Red Cross Fair. This is a major give back. This is when we actually give back during this time. And RCN will be hosting the Hoopala table at the Red Cross Fair. We've been doing it for 40, 50 years now, and so it's not going to be any different. Only is we need you now. You have different people now, so we need you. We need every one of you to come out, because it's an all-day fair. And so we supposed to be sending out a schedule for that. Madam Secretary, you're going to work on it this week. Okay, beautiful. That's going to be worked on this week. We're going to send it in the chat. What we want you to do is, those who could come in the morning, we like you to come in the morning. Those who could come in the midday, we like you to come in the midday. And then those of you who would like to break down final hour, we need you to set up and come out as well. So we need you to be on hand for that. We've already purchased, I think in the city, almost 1,000 items that will be on display for Upalas. Those of you who have your grandchildren, little children, bring them by the Red Cross Fair so they can participate in our stall there, so we can make it a good one. And remember now, all of the funds raised from the Hoopala, as is customary, every single penny raised from the Hoopala will go towards the coffers of the Red Cross Fair, or the Red Cross, sorry, to help them in all of their major projects, in feeding the poor, and also in the hurricane preparedness. All right, so please be reminded of that. All right.
I have a video to play.
Okay, good, beautiful. You want good now?
Yes.
Okay, good. So there's a short video that we'll play. Madam Secretary, carry.
All right, thank you, Paul. So this segment, just before we call on our guest speaker, Lindsay, we want to look at I think we have collected any fines in recent times. So there's been a bit of a waiver and a grace. So those who are committed infractions, I'll join you straight. I see you beckoning to the panel there. All right, okay. So I must confess, I asked my my assistant to assist me with some jokes. I got jokes, but I just realized when I walked in here, I saw these lights that are we celebrating St. Patrick's Day today.
I did not.
Friday night class? I thought it was yesterday. Oh, right, gotcha. So that's why these lights are here. I said, no, Sheila always doing something. So I thought it was Sheila put me on this event today. All right, so I don't have any St. Patrick's Day jokes. Julian, do you have any St. Patrick's Day jokes you want to share? All right, we don't say this spot. I do have one joke there. You know, the funny thing with my Rotarians, you all don't laugh at my jokes. You do laugh when I make comments like that. You don't laugh at my jokes anyway. So the teacher asked little Johnny, if he knew his numbers. Yes, he said, my father taught me. Good. What comes after 3? 4, answered Johnny. Well, what comes after 6? 7. Very good, said the teacher. Your dad did a good job. And what comes after 10? Johnny thought with it, but he proudly replied, Jack comes after 10. Yes. His father taught him how to play cards, for goodness sake. Deidre, are you ready? Well, I mean, let's see, has to come back every year. So that's the punchline is that here it is that we're thinking that Johnny's being taught by his father, with good lessons. He's teaching him how to play cards. That's how he knows that after 10 comes a jack. Murray, you got it? All right. So, Rotarians, please help me welcome then DG, who's going to introduce our guest today.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Lindsay Mancino was born and raised in Nassau, Bahamas, and attended and graduated from Queen's College before going to the University of Western Ontario and the University of Windsor. He is a chartered accountant of 30-plus year Rotarian, having joined the Rotary Club of East Nassau in March 1990. Some years after serving as club president, Lindsay attended a Rotary Foundation seminar at the home of Rotary in Evanston, Illinois, and his true passion in Rotary was awakened. And this is when he truly became a Rotarian. In the years since, he has largely served in one foundation capacity or another, having established District 7020's Paul Harris Society in 2005, the Polio Plus Society in 2021, and chair of RCN $1 Million Dinner in February 2024. In 2010, he was honored with a citation for meritorious service by the Rotary Foundation for his dedication to its programs, committees, and goals. In 2013, Lindsay was recognized with the Sir Dewart Knowles Humanitarian Recognition for his work in Rotary locally by the East Nassau Rotary Club Foundation, and also as a polio-free world hero by the Rotary Foundation for his work in supporting Rotary's global effort to eradicate polio. He received the Avenues of Service Award from Rotary International for dedicated service in all 5 avenues of service in 2019 and 2020. He was awarded the Distinguished Service Award by the trustees of the Rotary Foundation for exceptional service to the foundation beyond the district level and for an extended period of time. In 2024, Lindsay was recognized by the trustees of the Rotary Foundation with the International Service Award for a polio-free world, one of 11 globally, and by the Rotary Club of East Nassau with the inaugural edition of the Barry J. Rasson Inspire Award for great dedication and leadership in exemplifying the motto, service above self. He also chaired RC East Nassau $1 Million Dinner in February 2024, the first of its kind in the District 7020. Lindsay is a major donor and multiple Paul Harris Fellow, Paul Harris Society and Request Society member of the Rotary Foundation and District 7020 Polio Plus Society member. He has served as assistant governor for the Bahamas, the district Rotary Foundation chair for District 7020, its district membership chair, annual fund, and major gifts chair, and still serves as district polio eradication chair. Currently, Lindsay serves as Zone 34 EPNC for the island districts and is as chair of the Hand Wash 7020 Engagement Committee and District Governor Nominee 2026-2027 for District 7020. He was appointed chairman of the Governor General's Volunteer Bahamas in January 2022, and he is also a member of the Rotary Bahamas Disaster Relief Steering Committee and a founding member and chairman of the East Nassau Multiplicity Society. He is married to the former Leslie Ford, past president of the Inner Wheel Club of East Nassau, and they are parents of twin girls, former interactors and future Rotarians, Jacqueline and Sophie. Let me welcome to you, Leslie Campesino.
Many thanks. My apologies. I'm gonna try to make it short, but anyway, okay, hopefully you've got the PowerPoint.
Oh, I think I do.
Danny said he set it up.
Yes.
Well, we're learning that. Talk a little bit about what hand wash is. I assume all of you have heard of it before. Hopefully it's not completely new, but if it is, so much the better. We'll have new accolades by the end of this if we're lucky. Oh boy, it's gonna take a while. Okay. But the point of hand wash is to provide potable water and sanitation to every citizen's home. Major undertaking, imagine, over 11 million patients. And the situation there is serious. You'll see from the PowerPoint once we get it up. Actually, I have it on my machine. Switch over to that.
Okay. This is going to take.
You have a USB-C connector?
So we need to plug in here, and then that needs to connect in there. So
Decline this.
Hmm?
Decline this. Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
okay. So I don't know how we connect. Oh, you want me to come in on this? Okay.
Yes, you can come in on this.
As a
I'll make you host.
all right. Oh. What's your address again? I mean, the credentials, sorry.
Rotary Club of Nassau,
Yeah, but the number.
830 4639,
Project District 7.
4639, 7095,
Okay.
and the code 067.
You can talk right from there. Talk right from, no, right from there. Right there.
Yeah, I'm just saying that hand wash, remember, is a major project of District 7020. And we've been working on this for several years now. Obviously, that we've been running into a few issues recently with the situation in Haiti. CG and Lindsay will update you on exactly what's happening over there. But this is an incredibly worthwhile project. It's not having ready access to water, drinking water, good, clean drinking water, is impacting families in Haiti really, really seriously. So what we're aiming to do as past, what was it? Jeremy, past director.
Yeah.
Jeremy
Pure ID.
an audacious goal, or was that Barry that came up with that one? Audacious being the fact that the ultimate goal is to provide potable water, i.e. dig wells, over the entire nation of Haiti, which is a huge project, which obviously is going to take many years to bring to fruition. How are we doing?
You'll be on in 1 minute.
Okay. One thing that we've been trying to do as well with the website is to make it interesting for people to go there. You know, it's not just a static website. You'll find updates on there. We have a blog on there. There are 2 new blogs every month. It's under news. If you go on news as well, you'll see the newsletter that sends out on a regular basis. I'm sure that you're aware that all the countries, Bahamas got together and actually donated funds for a well. So we already own a little bit of this. So it really is a good idea. You'll find it very interesting to follow up. But there are lots of other ways you can help by donating as individuals, because this costs a lot of money, and costs have skyrocketed as well from when it started, as I'm sure Lindsay will point out to you. Are we there yet?
We're connecting as we speak. Yes.
Done?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So thank you, Sheila, for stepping in my moment of need. And so I won't spend a lot of time on this one. But basically, as Sheila mentioned, it's a major undertaking. For those that don't know, the estimated budget for Iron Wash is $2.3 billion. And we are under no illusion this is going to take decades to accomplish, not years. But we're still committed to it, obviously. And as it says here, this is an idea that was born in District 720, so it's very worth our time. Okay. So this year's theme, as you know, Magic of Rotary, and basically, as far as I can see, that is what we do as an organization. We advocate for change, for improvement for those that need it around the world. We raise money in order to accomplish our projects and so on, and then we get out there and do the service that affects that change. And you can think of other examples of how we've done this extremely efficiently. One of the things mentioned a number of times in the bio should give you a hint. Where has Rotary been effective at doing those three things? Most effective. Anyone? Service. It is a form of service. Polio eradication. Polio eradication is a fabulous example of those three things being worked to great effect. We are now 99.9% of the way there. We have had, as you know, a couple of setbacks with global issues. The Gaza situation didn't help. We had a little outbreak there, but it was contained. It wouldn't have been contained, by the way, just so that everyone's clear on this, if it weren't for the structure that we put in over the last 35, 40 years. That allowed us to get in there and deal with it very quickly. When I say us, I'm not talking about Rotary. I mean the GPEI, of which Rotary International is a member, Global Polio Eradication Initiative. So naturally it's a war zone, so Rotarians run off around Gaza. But we did fund some of that. So it has been a very rewarding experience. Talking about themes and inspiration. This is the guy who used themes to be the inspiration. You may recognize him. He is a past president of the Rotary Club of East Nassau, as well as being past president of Rotary International, Barry J. Rassin. And in his many years of traveling around as a DG and AG, and before that, even as Rotary International president, going in and out of Haiti numerous times, the thing that kept striking him was the need for the water situation, in particular with sanitation also, to be addressed unilaterally in the country. And hence the inspiration for creating Hand Wash. So in 2018, January to be exact, a core group of Rotarians got together with Rotarians in Haiti and formed this organization we now call Hand Wash. And it was done so in cooperation with local officials. DINAPA, which is the water and sanitation agency for the country, is very involved in this. So it's not just us running it. In fact, we don't run it in the traditional sense, but I'll come to that in a little while. So how did Haiti get like this? How did we get to this situation? Well, as you may know, Haiti is the first Black republic on the face of the earth. It became one in 1804, so some 200 plus years ago. They overthrew colonial power that was existing there. But it faced extreme challenges ever since then, not least of which was the reparations bill in France for kicking them out, which took 122 years to pay. The United States then took over militarily control of the country in the early 20th century. So they have more struggles with that as well. And I won't go on, but we all know about political upheavals in Haiti, not just now, but in the past, that have created the current situation. So you have high level of poverty, some serious shortages there, all the basics. WASH, as we call it, Rotary loves acronyms, so we have to come up with another one. But water and sanitation health is basically what it stands for. And over the years, you can see just how prominent this is in Haiti in terms of projects. 24 clubs in the country, 500 Rotarians, 17 Rotaract clubs, 250 Rotaractors. That's a huge number within our district, one of the largest in the country. 44 projects related to WASH since 2014. That's a huge number. All totaling some $4.6 million spent so far. So then along comes Hand Wash. What is it? Well, It brings together a lot of diverse partners to help affect this vision and make it become a reality. So as I mentioned, Dinico is involved, of course, Rotary, but more importantly, Rotary District 720, where I was born. The Haiti Outreach Committee, yes, USAID, still officially involved. So they will be there next week or not, I don't know. But Operators Without Borders, Hope for Haiti, you can see their water mission, North Water, and Majipa as well. So a lot of people involved. And just so that you are comfortable with how we've organized this, Handwash is in fact 501c3 registered in the United States as a charity, can receive donations that way, and does quite substantial ones, as a matter of fact. It is run by a board of 13 non-compensated, mostly Rotarian board members. There's a steering committee of 15 members. Among them have 7 major subcommittees, one of which is District 720 engagement. That Sheila and I both sit on, and some others here in the bottom as well. So we have staff, we have management, we've got people engaged in finance, how to put on these programs and projects, how to monitor and evaluate what we do, database programming to make sure this is all done with the best technology, and even language interpretation. So if you attend a Handwash meeting, it is presented both in English and in Haitian Creole simultaneously. So the current situation, you can see that young lady on the right there, that's a very typical method of getting potable water in Haiti, especially in the rural areas outside the city. And as you can see from the stat on the screen there, 55%, only 55% of the country has access, regular access, the way that you and I are used to drinking water. Others have to go this route every day in order to survive. You know you can't live without water. So filling up buckets of the spigot, that's commonplace. Toting them all over the place and for long distances. And it's not just the toil of this, it's the danger of this. Unfortunately, this happens on a regular basis. These kids are carrying bottles and coming back with water, and they get attacked, either robbed, raped, all sorts of horrifying things happen. And so obviously, we need to do what we can to change that situation, so that just as we're used to going to the tap and turning it on and have water come out and drink, eventually they will get to that point. That's our objective. And for too long, we've suffered from this situation here, where well-meaning charities come along, say, don't worry about anything, we'll take care of it, we're going to build a well for you, everyone can relax. And they go about and do their thing, and they turn around and say, here you go, wave goodbye and leave. And what eventually happens, as we do with all these projects that aren't socially invested locally, it falls into disrepair, goes out of use, and becomes useless. And you've seen this over and over and over again, which is why Handwash is done differently. Handwash is not about anyone in here donating money to the cause and a bunch of Rotarians going down and digging a well and then turning it over to the local people and walking away. We don't do that. The point of this is to train and teach the locals themselves to be involved in this process, so that from start to finish, they have a vested interest. They take ownership. It's theirs, not ours. At the end of the day, this will continue. And one of the central tenets to that is that we pay for service. Everyone who benefits from a hand wash well pays for it. Not a huge sum, cents, but it's bigger to people in Haiti, obviously, than it is to you and I. But the point of that exercise is to have a vested interest. Otherwise, why would you take care of it? And so, as you can see, this basic cycle where we get people involved, we have lots of meetings before anything is done, get everybody committed, decide who's going to be on what committee, running thing, so on. Involved with DENIPA, places like that, that need to be involved, and signing off of what's created, make sure it's up to standard, etc. And then the well is dug and eventually turned over. And it may not just be a well, it could be a full water system. You'll see a couple of the slides to come. So you might think with all that's going on in Haiti, all the negative stuff that we hear in the press at the moment, that Rotary would be in trouble. It is not. It's quite the opposite, in fact. We've gone from 21 clubs to 24 since the unrest in Haiti was started. There are now 17 Rotary clubs instead of 16. As I mentioned, 500 Rotarians and 250 Rotaractors. Rotary is very healthy in Haiti, despite the situation. And we need them because germane to this is every one of those Rotary clubs has in its membership a hand wash ambassador. That's 24 of those we have all over the country. And you can see the way it's split up. It's important so that they advocate for what it is we're doing and for getting people involved so that it can be successful and we do actually grow well, or whatever way we address it. So, as you can see, we've got all these current projects that are underway at the moment, and you can see what districts are involved outside of 1720 to make these global grants work. $2.7 million so far. There are more underway. And these two here are the latest ones, so they're still being funded. Memorial, Ghana Memorial, and Cap Nation one. It's not showing up there. Anyway. All right. Conscious of the time. So, Commune of Terre-Neuve is another example. It truly does transform the society. Everyone gets involved, takes ownership, is proud of what they're doing, and the way it helps the community going forward. Otherwise, it won't. It's taking its time to switch. Okay. And then other examples. This one in Cavaillon. There we go. Which, as you can see, is not a well in the traditional sense. We haven't dug a pumped well. That is actually a well system, an actual proper water system being put in that area. And again, here we've got in Léogâne some different ways of approaching this problem. Fritz Pierre Louis on the left here. He will come up. I don't know why this takes so long. Yeah. Who's a Haitian Rotarian, some renown, and is involved in hand wash quite intimately, and really wants to make this work, obviously. And in the back there, you can see locals involved in the well that's being dug there, but also Ryan Rowe, who is or was the executive director of hand wash. A couple of other examples. Let's see the other changes. PDG Robert Leger, very involved there on the left-hand side in two of the global grants that are being sponsored by his club, the CAI, where they're involved in the execution of those. And he's central to the crew that is on the ground at it's very, very, very much involved in what I want to do, making it happen. We reinforce this also with the structure that exists in Haiti. We have a long time ago, 20 years ago, came up with the Interclub Assembly, where all the clubs get together once a year, go over initiatives that are all been. This is used to reinforce what handwash is doing. The hand wash baskets are there obviously as well. So we keep the Haitian Rotarians involved in what is happening. Okay. So the next one up is the actual distribution of the current global grants that have been approved by the Rotary Foundation at our motion. As you can see, just under $2.7 million invested so far in those budgets. 54,000 people will be positively affected once they're all up and running and executed. So it's quite an undertaking. I should add here too also, as you're probably aware, we have a program in 7020 called Adopt a Well, which is one of the things that Sheila and I are tasked with specifically, getting clubs to, in 7020, to show their involvement and leadership by adopting a well. And you'd be pleased to know that we've initiated 9 of these since handwash started so far. 2 were done by the Rotary Club of Central Cayman, 2 by Rotary Club of East Nassau, 1 by the Rotary Clubs of BVI, 1 by the Rotary Club of St. Martin, and 1 by St. Thomas 2, and then finally 2 separate wells by Rotary Clubs of the Bahamas. So collectively, all of the 12 clubs in the Bahamas in 720 have sponsored 2 wells with handwash already. That includes you. So thank you very much for that support. We also have good news on additional funding. We received a grant from Steve and Mary Matson Donor Advised Fund. Don't worry about what a donor advised fund is, other than it's lots of money. Has given us a grant that we have access to a total of $2.4 million theoretically. So there are targets to meet every year in order to get that money allocated every year. But you may recall around Christmas time, there's a lot of emails flying around about supporting hand washing can. We got there by December 31st, we could maximize the match. That was the point of that. I'm happy to say that we considerably exceeded the target of 100,000. So it was more than 2 times that. So we ended up with $500,000 added to the budget, which is good news. So, as I mentioned, you can, obviously don't expect the Rotary Club Nassau already involved in 2 wells necessarily to say they want to sponsor a 3rd, but if you do, let me know. We can make it happen. Am I allowed to say the other one that's pending? Yes. Okay, we've got a couple that are in pending mode. They haven't been decided on yet or completion funding. One of those wells is actually sponsored by one Rotarian. So that, so you see there's lots of opportunity here to make meaningful impact on the world. And we know how daunting the task is. We know what's in front of us. We know how challenging recent times have been. They continue to be. But that isn't going to stop us from continuing with this program. Other happy news, since Barry no longer has RI or Rotary Foundation responsibilities anymore. As he keeps saying, he's done it all. They can't find anything to do. So he's back where he belongs on the board of directors. So along with PRI Jeremy Hurst from Cayman, they both returned to service in this endeavor. By the way, if you didn't already get it, RI and the Rotary Foundation are very impressed with what is going on with this. And there is support for it. We even have one of the members of the board is Erica Gwynn, who is an employee of the Rotary Foundation, responsible to watch the project. So she's very invested in what we're doing here. So thank you for your patience, participation, our struggles through the technology. We've still got a minute to go. And I'll entertain any questions you may have or comments, etc. And thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Just for the sake of time, we'll set you up questions for Lindsay, Sheila, about her and Wash, and you sure they'll spare a few minutes after the meeting. Then take your questions, all right? Lindsay, on behalf of Rotary Club of Nassau, you know, we can say thank you enough to the work that you do, persons like Sheila, Barry, and all the other Rotarians who contribute significantly to these worldwide community service projects on these massive scales that you do. You know, and now we want to encourage you, let you know that, you know, you have a group of soldiers here in the Bahamas prepared to help wherever we can help, you know, and always take that on board whatever you do. You know that you can rely on your local Rotary Club as well as your Rotary Club around the world to assist. You know, and wanna, you know, ask you to keep strong, keep focused, because the work that you all are doing worldwide is much needed, and not many people take the time to do what you do. So hats off on behalf of our Rotary Club. Hats off to all yourselves, Sheila, you included, all of us as Rotarians, you know, because you represent all of us when you do what you do, you know, and may God strengthen you, and may your work be meaningful, and may it really impact lives positively. So on behalf of our club, we say thank you, and we give you this token of our appreciation.
So, just a reminder, 26, 27, I'll be calling.
That's right. All right, Rotary, let's be starting this. And, to end by with the four-way test, we say it all together. On the three, 1, 2, 3. Is it the truth of the things we think we ought to do? Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build churches? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And finally, will it be fun? All right. I'll ask our Rotarian Jim to lead us in the loyal toast, final toast.
Raise your glasses, Rotary around the world.
Rotary around the world.
Awesome week, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Here's the find out what's happening with it.
Yeah, something they. Good afternoon. Thank you all so much for joining us. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Good
It was
afternoon,
wonderful.
Francina. Good afternoon.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You